This past week, we saw the start of the legislative session. Every week, lawmakers are in Olympia, and we'll take you inside the Capitol in our In Session series with Olympia Bureau Chief Drew Mickelson. Drew, what do legislators have planned for this session?
Hi, Kristen. So on even-numbered years, like 2024, they meet here for what are considered short sessions, 60-day-long sessions. But while the time spent here will be short, the legislators' to-do lists are rather long.
The House of Representatives will please come to order for the 2024 regular session.
The session started on Monday at noon with procedural and ceremonious opening ceremonies. We heard Speaker of the House Representative Lori Jenkins say she wanted to pursue limits on rent increases, as well as expanding child care in the state. Tuesday, Governor Jay Inslee laid out his hopes for what will be his final session as governor. He says he'd like to see paraprofessionals in schools get raises and wants legislators to amend the state's constitution to protect abortion rights. He says the state is in great shape, but as you'll hear in a second, Republicans disagree.
I am happy to report that we have been, we are, and we will always be the strongest state in the nation. In fact, the state of our state is stronger than ever.
We have the fewest police officers per capita. We are between number 1 and number 3 for violent crime, property crime, auto theft in the country. 70% of our K-12 students are failing math standards, 50% are failing reading standards.
The state's Climate Commitment Act has been blamed for raising gas prices, and voters may have the chance to throw it out in November. How will that law and climate policies be dealt with this session?
It's pretty interesting because that initiative, if it officially qualifies for the ballot, and several others, all backed by Republicans, could really shape some major state policies. And while voters won't have a chance to chime in until November, they definitely are going to be talking about potential impacts from some of those initiatives this winter. The state's Climate Commitment Act charges companies that emit carbon. The funds raised pay for green energy programs around the state, like electric car charging stations and transportation projects. And it has raised billions of dollars for the state in its first year. But critics, mostly Republicans, blame the policy for rising gas prices. The governor and other backers of the CCA say it is resulting in cleaner air and will protect the state's environment for decades. But Governor Inslee has proposed offering rebate checks from the CCA to low and middle income families to help them pay utility bills. Democratic Senator Mark Mullet has proposed lowering car tab fees. And Republicans have a proposal to give every registered car owner in the state $214 to offset rising gas prices, an issue Representative April Connors says is really hurting seniors.
They couldn't go to the grocery store when they wanted to or go pick up prescriptions. Some of them felt like they were back in the time of COVID because they were stuck trying to do multiple things at one time because gas prices, food prices, everything have gone up so much.
Probably less interest from us in rebates to wealthy people. So you probably wouldn't see us support just a flat rebate to all car owners, for example. I think that is not something I would be as excited about.
And Drew, what should we expect to come out of the Capitol this coming week?
Well, on Monday, we're going to hear about a bill that would give some funding to folks who live around the SeaTac Airport to help them deal with some of the noise pollution created by SeaTac Airport. Also on Martin Luther King Jr. Day, there will be a bill discussed that would require African American studies be taught in all state public schools between 7th and 12th grade. And then later in the week, we will get a chance to hear debate. I don't know how heated it'll get, but there is a proposal to allow Mount St. Helens related license plates on cars in the state of Washington. Should be a big week.
Thanks, Drew. We look forward to hearing your reports from the Capitol every Sunday on In Session. To see all of our coverage, text the word session to 206-448-4545, and we'll send you a link.